Hello Home Depot community, I'm Pat and Paint. One of the questions I'm asked most often is how to properly prep a wall for paint. In this room we've got multiple repairs and we've already applied sheetrock mud using a mud knife. We allowed it to dry for approximately 2 hours, and then because there are so many repairs in the room, I'm using this DeWalt quarter sheet flat palm sander. We're putting on there an ultra fine 220 grit, which will give us a very smooth finish. And if you use your hand, it's an excellent tool to determine how smooth the repair is. Keep in mind that you're going to generate quite a bit of dust using this method, so have a shop vac on hand. One of the other techniques that I prefer is to use a drywall sanding sponge. You can find these in building materials, or you can commonly use a regular tile sponge for this as well. When you open the package, you're going to find that this particular sponge has a coarse side and a smooth side. You prep the sponge simply by dipping it in a bucket of fresh, cool water and wringing it almost dry. Then when you go to the wall, you're going to start re-wetting the sheetrock mud that has dried on the surface. And as you do, and you see the large ridges start to disappear, you'll flip it over and go to the smooth side. And basically you're just wiping the mud off onto the sponge and leaving the smooth wall in its place. One of the nice things about this type of repair is that the residue off of the sponge goes back into the bucket, not down onto the floor. Another situation that commonly occurs with sheetrock repair is large cavities like this one. In this case, someone has crossed this hole with painter's tape and tried to use it as backing to fill the hole. But basically it's mounded up in front and made a repair that's going to be hard to work with. What you can do is you can go into building materials and get the wallboard repair patch. This is a self-adhesive piece of metal that you peel off and stick onto the wall. And the metal is perfed so that the sheetrock mud goes through, and it has a screen mesh on the front that helps it adhere. In the paint department, you'll find the sister product by Workforce, was a continuous piece of metal without the perfs, also self-adhesive. These are great tools, and they will peel and stick right over a large hole and provide a quick way to secure your sheetrock mud without making a lumpy mess. So when you're working in a room like this where there are a large number of repairs, you can make quick work of it with a non-rotating palm sander just like this by DeWalt, or one of the sister products in the hardware department. When you're working in an area where there's smaller, just one or two small repairs, think about using a sanding sponge. It's a quick way to get in and out of the job and leave a nice smooth finish. And above all, don't forget, use your palm, that palm of your hand, to determine when the repair is smooth enough to prime and paint. I'm Pat and Paint. Thank you for joining us on the online community.